And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Bushnell Prairie City High School. I'm Dwayne Hewlett. Miles Hewlett alongside here for TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events. Here for varsity girls basketball. That's right, it's varsity only tonight. There is no fresh off / JV game tonight. So the pregame show, the JoJo's Gaming Parlor pregame shows. JoJo's offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory. The Spartans have 9 players dressed tonight, it appears. The South Fulton Rebels have 10, if my count was correct. It is 10, so the most of the JV squad for for BPC is here tonight. So I'm not sure if South Fulton was down a couple girls more than normal was the reason for the cancellation. Didn't get a chance to ask anybody, but we are just one game here this evening, so we will be done early in comparison to what we normally are here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. If you are looking for the West Prairie Elmwood contest, that game is going to be live on our Hewlett Public Pro LLC YouTube channel as well. Greg Phelps and John Burton will be on the call for that game. They were getting ready to go on, trying to work on some scoreboard issues that we were having. You can see that the BPC Pep Band is on hand tonight. They are playing in the background. Of course, they own all the rights to that music. We do not, but they are having a good time as usual, playing for the start of the varsity game for the girls here tonight. They had this scheduled before the idea of playing just one game came in effect. You can see Stacy Kramer there taking photos. I'm guessing Nate must be in a pep band. I do think I see him sitting up there. So should be a good student section for BPC tonight, as well as we approach the 1 minute mark and the close of the JoJo's Gaming Parlor postgame show. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to a victory. Steve Sargent on the microphone tonight, over across the way. And Wrench will be running the scoreboard. Mrs. Havens will be the official scorer, and it will be the pep band playing the national anthem tonight, I do believe. I said that last time. So it will be the pep band playing the national anthem tonight. I actually got it right this time. That was the national anthem as played by the BPC Pep Band here this evening. And Mr. Sargent will give us the starting lineups in just a couple moments as well. We'll let you hear what he has to say for those. Well, maybe. Looks like he's getting ready to play some intro music for BPC.
Once again, welcome to Bushnell Prairie City High School for tonight's varsity contest between the ladies from the South Fulton Rebels and your Bushnell Prairie City Spartans. Our starting lineup first for the visiting Rebels. At guard, number 1, Belle Atkins. At another guard position, number 10, Tommy Gorsuch. At a guard position, number 23, Sophie LaSalle. At a guard position, number 15, Riley France. And in a forward position, number 22, Haley Hickle.
Release those people.
And the lights go
And
down.
now, the starting lineups for your Bushnell Prairie City Spartans. At a guard position, number 10, Alyssa Zarillo. At a guard position, number 25, Anna Curley. At a guard position, number 30, Ashanti Strange. At a forward position, number 33, Kylie Norris. And in a forward position, number 35, Jacqueline Sickles.
So that is the starting lineups for the two teams tonight here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. The South Fulton Rebels and the BPC Spartans, varsity game only tonight, so that you're not reading the title of this broadcast incorrectly. It is a varsity game only, and it will be Lascelles and Zerillo in to jump it up. I'm wrong on that. It's Atkins in to jump it up, I think. I can't read the number, but it looks like a number 1. It was Lascelles, and it's going to be South Fulton basketball. It's Atkins on the dribble, baseline, dumps it out to, couldn't see the number there, it was number 22, Haley Hickle. Strange goes down to Zerillo. Zerillo dumps it across to Sickles, who lost it. It went right to Norris. And then Atkins and Zerillo run into each other. It's going to be a foul on Zerillo, her first, team's first. So that is Gorsuch on the dribble, far side. She picks up her dribble. Sickles is there. She goes down to Atkins, and Atkins gets the first bucket to fall. First two of the game goes to the Rebels. And with 7:13 remaining, Norris has it now for BPC. She goes out to Curley, far side. Curley looking down to Zerillo, looks baseline, has to back it back out. Now on the dribble, up left elbow. Looks at the shot, doesn't take it, goes backwards to Curley as they reset the offense. Sickles with it. Now it's going to be Norris. Back to Strange, over to Sickles, who tracks it down before it gets out of bounds. He lost control of it momentarily. Under 7 minutes now, 6:45 remaining in the first quarter. Zerillo had a nice drive and then lost the ball. She gets it back, puts it back up. It's blocked by Atkins. Picked up by Briley France, and it goes back the other way and lost out of bounds off of Norris. That was Haley Hickle. No, excuse me. It was Sophie Lascelles losing it out of bounds. Lascelles to inbound it now. She looks to Atkins. Atkins on a nice little inbound play and the bucket. Belle Atkins gets her fourth point, and it's 4-0. South Fulton with the lead over BPC. Curley with it now, 6:20 remaining. She looks into Norris, down to Sickles. Sickles baseline jumper left side, way long. Strange with the rebound to put back. It's off, no good. Atkins with the rebound for the Rebels, and they push it up. Nobody gets down the floor. Sickles was actually the only one down the floor for BPC. She did knock the pass away. It finally goes out of bounds, and possession to the Rebels. Wade Bowman, thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. Feel free to jump in our – oh, and there's a nice pass, break up, and steal by Ashanti Strange, and Curley will take it back the other way. Left side, it goes to Zerillo, down into Norris, and a foul is going to be called. Lascelles, I think, and there could be Hickel. We'll see who he calls it on. It's going to be on Lascelles, her first, team's first. And then a pass taken away by the Rebels. A layup is short. That was Gorsuch on the steal and the layup, but she left it short. And a timeout's going to be called, a full timeout charged to BPC. We'll take our first break of the game as well and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. Game being brought to you by Raritan State Bank, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell. They offer full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the bank, a friendly service, or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Raritan State Bank is an equal housing lender. Remember, FDIC. And Hensley Grain in rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District and especially Spartan athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in this winter 2021 athletic campaign. And Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta sandwiches and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. Zerillo with a shot. It's short, and it goes off of either Norris or Sickles out of bounds. Possession to the Rebels. Lascelles will check in and give it to, that is a Gorsuch on the dribble. She loses it out of bounds after it was tipped away by Zerillo. Gorsuch will inbound for the Rebels now. She gets it into Atkins, picked up by Zerillo. Atkins is going to drive. Left-handed runner is off, no good. Rebound to Sickles. And BPC with 5:15 remaining, having a chance to cut into a 4-0 lead for the Rebels. Strange is going to drive, cut off from the baseline. She gets it into Norris. Norris can't control the pass. Onto the floor it goes, and Kylie Norris got headbutted right in the nose. Line change coming for BPC. Jill Miller, number 22, Elizabeth Suter, and Elizabeth Gilfillan. Number 22 is Miller, 24 is Suter, and number 20 is Gilfillan. Long baseline jumper way off for Strange. Rebound by Zerillo. Under 5 minutes to go now in the first quarter. Now a runner is off, no good, but she's going to be fouled as Zerillo. She'll have 2 free throws. And we'll see who the foul is on. I believe it's on number 10. Tommy Gorsuch, her first, team second. 2 free throws for Zerillo as she hits the first. BPC has their first point of the contest. Second free throw, good as well. Melissa looks like she may be playing some college basketball in the future. JUCO maybe in the area. And there's a steal for Zerillo. She's going to push it back the other way, trying to score this, tie this one at 2-2, or 4-4, excuse me. That's going to go off of Briley France. And Suter will inbound for BPC. 4:41 to go. Once again, Zerillo on a nice inbound, and she can't get it to fall. Jill Miller had to rebound temporarily, and then it's knocked away, picked up by France, given to Atkins, and she pushes it back the other way. Gilfillan tries to cut her off, can't get the job done. Suter now is going to try and pick her up as we're going to go zone. Well, maybe they're playing man. I'm not real sure what they're doing. But I do believe Miller is going to pick up that foul. It is Jill Miller picking up the foul. Her first, team second. Both teams with 2 fouls now, and Atkins at the free throw line shooting 2. She's got all 4 of the Rebels' points, make it 5. So again, if you're watching, tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. That goes for South Fulton and for BPC fans. We love to see everybody talking it up in the live chat. Second free throw was no good. Hickle had it down low. LaSalle with the 3. It's off no good, and she had the rebound initially. That's Gorsuch, and Gorsuch and France are going to – actually, Gorsuch, I think, was looking for France, but went more to Jill Miller, and then a jump ball was to the Rebels. Now Atkins picked up by Miller. Gorsuch for 3. It's good.
3 for Tommy Gorsuch.
Tommy Gorsuch is the first player not named Atkins to score. Strange jumper from the free throw line is good. And BPC cuts the lead to 4 at 8-4. Gorsuch going to try another 3, and she'll nail another one.
3 for Tommy Gorsuch.
11-4 is the score. South Fulton with the lead over BPC. Zerillo to Miller to Ashanti Strange for 3. It's good.
3 for Ashanti Strange.
5 points now for Ashanti Strange. She's got the only 2 made field goals for BPC. The other 2 points, and there's Elizabeth Suter coming up and giving a little hip check. It'll be her first, team's third. And another timeout. Should be a media timeout. So we'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. Abby Stevenson checks in for the Rebels after the break, for the COVID break, as we like to call it. 3:04 remaining here in the first quarter. 11-7 is the score. Gorsuch with it now. She's hit 2 straight three-pointers, and she throws one right at the feet of Briley France, and it's going to be taken away by Suter and BPC. Chance to cut it to a one-possession game here, and then a pass goes right through the hands of Jill Miller. It's going to be a jump ball possession to BPC. 2:42 to go. Suter to inbound. Comes all the way up top to Gilfillan, to Miller, to Zerillo. She drives, pulls up, 10-foot jumper, rattles around and falls in. Zerillo gets her first field goal of the game, her 4th point, and it's 11-9, 2:24 to go as Atkins walks it up and gets across half court for the Rebels. Atkins, Stevenson's wide open in the middle of the lane at high post. She's just standing there. And she's just barely getting out of the lane. France with a jumper, baseline, off no good, tipped around. Stevenson was down there with it. Blocked by Miller, picked up by Suter. And Suter goes back the other way with 1:56 remaining. BPC a chance to tie now. Skips it across to Gilfillan and does Zerillo. Gilfillan shots off no good. Zerillo with the, and she travels with it. She had the rebound, lost it, dove for it, and then rolled over. That is a travel. Checking in is Kristen Essex for the Rebels. The three starters back in for the Spartans as Curley, Sickles, and Norris are back in. Zerillo took a seat along with Jill Miller and Gilfillan. Sickles tried to get in the passing lane to steal it, and then Lascelles looked like she got fouled. She missed the shot. Atkins comes away with it finally. Gorsuch has it tipped away by Suter. Now Atkins, right side to Lascelles. She drives baseline, and she steps on the baseline, maybe with a smidge of help from Jaitlin Sickles, but nonetheless, it is a turnover, and BPC the chance to tie or take a lead here with 1:14 remaining in the first quarter. Norris is blocked. It's going to be picked up by Essex. James Essex is the announcer for or has been for years, the Lucas Oil late model series, and that pass goes out of bounds. Zerillo checks in, replacing Suter. Don't know if they're any relation or not, but that's not the most common of last names. So it is BPC basketball, another chance to tie. Norris misses a shot. That time it goes off of Atkins, out of bounds, possession to BPC. BPC's field goal shooting percentage is extremely low here in this first quarter. Zerillo misses a wide open jumper from the free throw line, 44 seconds. Atkins with it. Out it comes to Stevenson. She looks to dribble, gives it to Gorsuch for three, top of the key, in and out, no good, tipped around. Sickles finally comes down with it. 30 seconds remaining, and Sickles going to bring it up the floor now. She's going to go left side to Curley. We'll see if BPC holds for one shot or looks to take something early in the possession, and they're going to do neither. They're going to throw it away as Strange looked for Zerillo, and Zerillo could not get high enough to take control of it. 19.6 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Still a 2-point game, 11-9. Gorsuch with it. Skips it over to Essex. Essex bounces it to Atkins now. Baseline jumper off way long. Sickles with the rebound with 5 seconds remaining. And she's going to kick it away. Gorsuch is going to come up with it. She's going to loft it, and it's going to be no good. And that was a pretty haphazard finish to that first quarter. As we'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. This game also being brought to you by Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. That's just east of the North West Prairie Elementary School. Open April through October, so yes, they're closed now, but when they're open, they have the best fresh produce in the area. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for updates and when they'll be open this spring. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. And a Community News Brief for all your local news. Subscribe to the Community News Brief weekly edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for only $42 per year, or $38 per year for 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. So, second quarter underway. Right to the basket they go. Stevenson had a great look and missed it. Rebounded by BPC, and Strange will bring it up the floor, and BPC again a chance to tie or take a lead. Strange has it, down to Zerillo. Should take the baseline, a little push off, loses the ball, and Atkins comes up with it. LaSalle is going to bring it up the floor now for the Rebels. She'll try a three. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Strange with the rebound for the Spartans. 7:25 remaining. Curley, three, right wing, off the front of the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound, gets it out to Strange. Curley going to try baseline jumper from about 17 feet that time, and it's good. And BPC has knotted the score at 11. Anna Curley gets her first two. Three on the way by Atkins off the front of the rim. Sickles with the rebound for BPC. Zerillo gets tied up. Another jump ball, possession to BPC. Curley will inbound for the Spartans. Strange has it, 6:45 remaining. Three on the way by Strange, front of the rim, back of the rim, off the rim. Atkins with the rebound for South Fulton. They push it down the floor. She goes right around Ashanti Strange and gets the bucket to fall. She's got a game-high 7 points now for the Rebels. 6:20 remaining. Curley to Sickles, left elbow. Now Curley with it. Down to Strange, baseline jumper, good for Ashanti Strange. And we're knotted back at 11. Two ties so far here in this one. Both here in the second quarter on successive trips down the floor. Pass stolen away. The Spartans have it. Zerillo looks at the three, doesn't take it, pulls up, long shot, not a really good looking shot. Sickles had the rebound and threw it up at the bottom of the backboard, and Atkins comes away with it. She goes to Gorsuch. Gorsuch now gets called for the double dribble. She tracked it down to keep from losing it and then picked it up and put it right back down again. And subs coming in. Gilfillan, Miller, and Suter checking in for the Spartans. The usual suspects and the usual rotation for BPC. 5:28. Miller has it down low, stripped away. Gorsuch comes up with it. She's going to take it down the right side. And gives it to Stevens for a long two, and it's good. Abby Stevens gets her first two. Stevenson, excuse me. And now a pass, not sure who it was intended for, but Stevenson caught it out of self-defense. LaSalle now. And Suter is going to pick up her second foul. Team's fourth. 4:59 remaining in the first half. It's 15-13. Anna Curley checks back in, replacing Zerillo. LaSalle. Stevenson to Gorsuch. No, that's not Gorsuch. It's Essex, excuse me. Her shot's short, and then Curley is going to get called for the foul as Stevenson got another rebound down low for the Rebels. I think it's going to be on Curley. Well, let's see. Nope, they're going to give it to Jill Miller. I really thought Curley should have got that one, but nonetheless. Stevenson shooting 2 free throws. She gave her team the lead on her last basket. Now she builds it to a 16-13 advantage. Hickel checks back in, replacing Essex for the Rebels. Second free throw coming for Stevenson. It's good as well. BPC finds themselves trailing by 4 again after having tied it at 11 and 13. Strange, a long two, way too long. Gilfillan with the rebound to put back. It's good. Elizabeth Gilfillan gets her first two. And BPC trails by 2 again. LaSalle for 3, long. Man, there's been a lot of air balls tonight. Both teams struggling finding the distance here in this one. The range has left them, it would seem, thus far. Miller to Suter. Up to Curley. Left side to Gilfillan. Atkins trying to get into the passing lane to knock it away. Got too much of Gilfillan and not enough basketball. Be the third for the Rebels. And we're under 4 minutes. 3:58 remain. That means we'll have a media timeout. We'll take a break as well and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit, and all the providers and staff are putting the patient first.
We love here in our clinic having kids come in and feel welcome and at home. To have kids who are excited to come in and see us, who we can make the doctor's office be less scary for them. That's what really makes every day worthwhile.
This game also being brought to you by Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking. They can take your product down the road near or far and also offer top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 South of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.bfurnitureinc, that's inc.com. You can also call them at 309-772-2111. And Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. So Zerillo, Norris, and Sickles back in the game for BPC. That leaves Strange and Curley on from the previous 5. Zerillo, a little jab step, pull-up jumper, good. And BPC is knotted at 17 now. Gorsuch going to drive, gives it to LaSalle. Drove right to her and gave her the ball pretty much. LaSalle is going to throw up an ill-advised shot. I think she wanted to go to Hickle. There's Strange's pass knocked away by Atkins as she was looking for Zerillo. LaSalle, I think, was looking for Hickle, but then Hickle moved and she was already committed and had to do something with the basketball, so she tried to throw it at the rim. Zerillo, jumper just outside the left elbow is good. And BPC has their first lead of the game at 3:07 to go in the second quarter. Gorsuch with it. Skips it down to LaSalle, right corner, baseline. Pulls up in front of Sickles. Jumper's off, no good. Rebound by Gorsuch off the floor. Stevenson's going to lose it out of bounds. Possession to BPC. 2:49 remaining in the first half. Anna Curley's going to bring it up for BPC. Zerillo now looks down to Norris. Norris to the rack. Her shot's off, no good. It's going to go off of Gorsuch out of bounds. Zerillo, right elbow off the inbounds play, no good. Tipped out by Sickles to Strange, and Strange's jumper from about 16 feet is good. Strange has 9 points on the night. 2:08 remaining, first half. Gorsuch looked to drive, couldn't do it. Atkins with it now. She's going to drive her and, not sure I agree with that call, but Sickles I think is going to get called for the block. She is. Team foul number 6. Be her first. So it was on the floor. Gorsuch is going to inbound. LaSalle, that was Adkins, excuse me. Now Adkins has it back. Tries to get baseline, can't get there. Gorsuch with it right elbow or right wing, 3 off, no good. Norris with the rebound for the Spartans and pushes it back the other way with 1:45 remaining in the first half. Goes down to Strange, up top to Zerillo. Zerillo a long 2, her foot was on the line. Rebound by Sickles, and it's going to be a jump ball in there somewhere, I think it is. Be possession to South Fulton.
Possession to the Rebels.
So with 1:35 remaining in the ball game, or in the first half, it is 21-17. My scoreboard's giving me some fits. I'm sorry, folks. Suter, Miller, and Gilfillan check back in for BPC. Atkins with it on the dribble now. She's picked up in the zone, top by Suter. Now it goes to Hickel. Right side to LaSalle. LaSalle looks to Gorsuch, can't get it there. Is finally going to get it there after Gorsuch came around the other side. Now she's going to go baseline, can't get there. Tipped right to Stevenson by Miller. Stevenson's going to get the bucket to fall, and I think Gilfillan is going to pick up the foul. It is Gilfillan with the foul, her first, team's 7th. Stevenson gets her 6th point, and she'll have a chance at an old-fashioned 3-point play to cut the lead to 1 here with 1:08 remaining in the first half. Free throw is good. She is 3 from 3 from the free throw line in this quarter. Strange has it, nearly lost it, but she gathers it up. Suter with it now with 58 seconds remaining. Miller back to Suter. Left side, now it comes into Zerillo, and Zerillo tried to fire it down to Gilfillan. That pass would have been hard enough to catch if it was hitting you in the breadbasket, but that was behind Gilfillan, and Gilfillan got a hand on it but couldn't control it. Out of bounds it goes. So possession to South Fulton, a chance to take a lead here and see if they hold for one shot. Gorsuch on the dribble, goes to LaSalle. LaSalle going to try and drive on Miller. She's going to go to a cutting Stevenson, and Stevenson can't finish. Gilfillan with the rebound, but she had a great look. Stevenson's got 7 points in this quarter, and she could have 15 or so. It seems like she's missed some really good looks at the basket. 22 seconds to go in the first half. Zerillo with the dribble. She's going to go to Miller. Skips it down to Gilfillan. Gilfillan, left side, that's off left. Rebound off the floor to Adkins with 8 seconds. It's going to be tipped away. Possession to South Fulton with 6.7 seconds remaining. Gorsuch, jumper, off no good, tipped out, back to Gorsuch. She'll get another chance at it. That one's an air ball, and that's how the first half's going to end. BPC ends with a 1-point advantage, 21-20. We'll take a break and be back here with some pep band action from Bushnell Prairie City High School in just a couple minutes.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
I would say that one of the most rewarding aspects of being an obstetrician is being present at the delivery of a baby. It's mostly a joyous occasion, and it's just so much fun to be a part of that.
The thing I enjoy most is that we take care of a wide variety of people in our community. I see infants through teenagers and mothers and fathers, and I really enjoy that.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
And welcome back to Bushel Prairie City High School. The pep band playing here for the halftime entertainment. We will tell you that the game is about as close as it can get. Neither team is led by a whole lot. It was actually the biggest lead of the game came early when it was 11-4. BPC eventually tied it at 11. And then it went back and forth. BPC finally took the lead at 3:07, led by as many as 4. An old-fashioned three-point play by Abby Stevenson cut it to 1, and that's where we finished. This game could easily be 30-30, 35-35. Both teams have missed a bunch of shots, and some of them are really, really good shots on both ends of the floor. So this game could be a whole lot different than it is. They've both had pretty much equal opportunities at baskets, but both are shooting somewhat poorly here in the first half. Leading this way for the Rebels, they've got very balanced scoring. Only 3 players have scored, but Belle Atkins has 7 points. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Abby Stevenson off the bench has 7 points, all in the second quarter, and is 3 of 3 from the free throw line. And 6 points for Tommy Gorsuch, who hit 2 threes in the first quarter. The Rebels are 4 of 5 from the free throw line. For BPC, a game-high 9 points for Ashanti Strange. Good to see her getting back in the scoring column a little more regularly for the Spartans. 8 points for Alyssa Zarillo. She gave, as I said, the Spartans a lead for the first time with 3:07 to go in the second quarter. She has 8 points and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. For the longest time in the first quarter, those were the only 2 points BPC had, was 2 free throws by Alyssa Zarillo. Elizabeth Gilfillan has 2 points, and Anna Curley has 2 points as well. BPC is 2 of 2 from the free throw line, so not a whole lot of free throws being shot in this one. BPC had 7 first-half fouls, and South Fulton just 2 first-half fouls. And the varsity-only matchup tonight. Again, if you're wondering why it's so early for varsity to be on, there was and is no JV contest tonight. So it's only varsity. Started at 6 o'clock, and we are halfway through here as BPC is getting ready to come back on the floor now. You see them walk through the screen in front of the pep band. It's good to have the pep band here. They're doing a fine job, as always, under the direction of Mr. Jones. So a lot of basketball action on our Hewlett Public Pro LLC YouTube channel, brought to you by TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. This week, we wanted to do the first day of junior high regionals on Saturday, but because of scheduling conflicts and everything and some borderline illnesses, we were not able to do that. So we will have, tomorrow night, we'll have BPC against Macomb boys basketball here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. Janet Lentini is going to help us with that broadcast, I think the fresh soft game at least. And Kelly Sears is going to be here as well for that one. Also tomorrow night we'll have the semifinal round of the Class 7A regionals live from the high school in Scioto, West Prairie High School. Those two games will be played tomorrow night. Wednesday night, we'll have boys basketball from West Prairie as they play Macomb, I believe, if my memory serves me right. So I'll pull that up while I'm talking to you. I'm drawing a blank there. On Thursday, it's going to be an even busier night for the team here. It's for the first time, maybe I think all season long, we'll have 3 different broadcasts, if everything works out, 3 different broadcasts in different locations on Thursday night. As we will have the championship game for the junior high game. Wednesday is against Macomb for the boys at West Prairie. So Thursday night we'll have BPC girls here against Havana. They are a state-ranked 1A team. We will have championship 7A regionals from West Prairie. And then we were scheduled to, if we can get everything lined up with La Harpe, to do the West Prairie girls against Illini West in La Harpe. And if that's the case, John Burton will be on the camera. I'll be doing the play-by-play for that. And Ned Eckert from the La Harpe area. He's got some years of coaching basketball and volleyball at the high school level. Will be on air with us for that one as well. We've got to verify everything through the school district down there to make sure they're good with us coming to do it. But that will be the plan for Thursday. And then Friday, we're back on air again as West Prairie has another game on Friday with Farmington. So they got 2 tough games this week, West Prairie boys do. And then the West Prairie girls play host to Ridgewood in a makeup game on Saturday. So there is basketball every night of the week this week for the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Crew. And then next week it doesn't slow down a whole lot. We have games on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well. And then we only have about 1 more week left, but we do have regionals that we'll have to cover and some stuff like that. And we do plan on doing the sectional from Abington a little later this year. If we could find a night down the stretch here, we might try to get a Southeastern game or 2 in as well. But I'll tell you what, it's just been super busy with all the snow outs and cold outs that now everything's getting piled on top of each other. So it gets a little more difficult to start picking up extra games because all of our crews are doing makeup games on the nights that we would have had free, and that's going to be the same thing for Southeastern. We do have another Southeastern game coming with West Prairie later this year, and I think the reschedule on that, do I have that on here? I don't think so. So we'll tell you where that reschedule is. I think they're still working on that reschedule. So at any rate, we're getting close to being ready to go here in the second half. It will be BPC basketball. South Fulton will be guarding the left end now as BPC will have their home basket. It is Norris, Sickles, Curley, Strange, and Zerillo on the floor for the Spartans. Lasalas, Hickel, Gorsuch, France, and Adkins on the floor. So both teams going with their starters, original starters, to start the second half here. 8 minutes on the clock, 16 minutes of game time left, and we're just about ready to get underway. We are underway here. Zerillo has it for BPC. Curley now gets a pick from Norris, gives it to Norris. She looks to drive, goes down the corner to Strange instead. Skip across, I'm not really sure who that was supposed to be, to Sickles or Curley. Now Norris on the baseline, has it stripped away by France, and then Norris is going to tip it, and it goes out of bounds. Possession to the Rebels. 7:43 remaining in the third quarter. Atkins France goes back to Atkins, over to LaSalle. Left corner with it still is LaSalle after she passed or two. Curley tipped it but couldn't steal it away for BPC. It goes into the free throw line to Hickle, stripped away. Sickles comes up with it, stripped away from her, and then she's going to get called for the foul, and rightfully so. And Sickles is going to pick up her second, team's first of the second half. And I did not reset the quarter, so it's third quarter, first foul for BPC. Now Sickles is going to steal that one away with 7:05 to go. Nice outlet pass from Curley to Strange, but Strange is going to put it on the floor, and then it's going to be tied up. A turnover, possession to South Fulton. 5 jump balls in the first half between these two teams. Have 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter now. Gorsuch with it. She's looking left side, now comes right side to France. Atkins, right corner, drives baseline, tries to skip it across, and it's going to be BPC basketball. She got down to his position. She couldn't really do much with it and lost it out of bounds. Curley's going to bring it up for BPC. Strange now, pull-up jumper. And it's good, and BPC leads by 3. Santi Strange gets the first points for either team. Here in the third quarter. Norris. Sickles, and she traveled with it, but no call. Missed the shot. Gorsuch, left side on the dribble. 5:55 remaining in the third quarter. LaSalle drives, and her runner is good. And it's back to a 1-point game as LaSalle gets her first points of the game. And timeout charged to the Rebels. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. This game being brought to you by Farmers Emergent State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers Emergent State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. Stop by the main branch at 44 East Main Street or the drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Suter, Miller, and Gilfillan checking in for BPC as the two senior guards, Strange and Zerillo, stay on the floor. And Suter has to run all the way down to the other end of the floor to bring it in. She does. Suter. Gilfillan gives it to Strange at the 10-foot line on the volleyball court. She's going to drive. Got some open lane right side, but throws up an air ball. And it goes off of Zerillo out of bounds. Possession to the Rebels. And the strugglings from the floor continue for both teams here in the second half. Gorsuch has it tipped away by Suter, but France gets it. Skip down to LaSalle, right wing France. 3, off, no good. Rebound to Zerillo, saved into Strange as she got knocked out of bounds by Miller, I think. Miller gives it to Gilfillan on the left side, up top, 10-foot line, middle of the floor to Suter. Miller looking at a bounce pass to Zerillo, and she's getting harassed and hammered down there, and finally a foul is going to be called. Going to call it on Atkins, her second, team first. Both teams have one here with 4:51 to go in the third quarter. Zerillo on the inbounds is going to get fouled again. This time it's France, I think. We'll wait and see, but it is a foul nonetheless. It is on France. Briley France, her first, team second. Zerillo shooting 2 free throws for BPC. She's 2 for 2 on the night. First one is good. Back to a 2-point advantage for the Spartans. Second one, good as well. Nothing but the bottom of the net, as they like to say. She's 4 of 4 from the charity stripe, and BPC leads by 3. And now a foul on Suter as she knocked Gorsuch to the floor. That'll be 3 on Suter. Team foul number 2 for BPC. Anna Curley checks in for the Spartans, replacing Suter, who's going to take a seat with 3 fouls. Gorsuch with it down low. Atkins now. And that's not a very good call. They're going to call Jill Miller, but I don't think that's a very good call at all. That looked pretty clean. That'll be her third. Team's third. Atkins' first free throw is good. Kylie Norris checking in for Miller. Atkins hits the second. She's 3 for 4 on the night. And it's back to a 1-point game, 25-24. Gilfillan down low. She puts it up off, no good. The rebound by Norris, and she gets her first points. Back to a 3-point game. That goes off of Zerillo out of bounds, possession to BPC. Lassalas into Gorsuch, down low to Stevenson. She tried to go across the lane, and that's a tough pass to make, throwing through trees through the lane, and Gilfillan comes up with it, and Gilfillan threw it away. Anna Curley's going to try the 3. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Atkins with the rebound, and it'll go back the other way. We'll have a COVID break at the next dead ball. Stevenson. Atkins looks down to Stevenson again. And it's going to be stolen away by Zerillo, who then traveled with it. And we'll have a dead ball and a COVID break with 3:45 to go here in the third quarter. And we'll step away and be back right after this.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
And welcome back. This game also being brought to you by King Family Chiropractic with locations in Bushnell and Macomb. They support Bushnell Prairie City Athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set up an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. That's 309-837-6932. They also perform DOT and CDL physicals for just $85. 3:45 remaining in the third quarter. BPC is up by 3, 27-24. South Fulton with a basketball. France to Lassalas for 3. That looks good. It is good. We're knotted back for the first time, obviously, but we're knotted again by Lassalas, who's got her 5th point of the quarter. Now Norris is going to have it stripped away. And they're going to call a travel for LaSalle as she stole it away but then rolled over with the basketball. That's the 5th tie of this game. And now Zerillo is going to try to get it to Gilfillan, but Gilfillan never broke out away from the basket like LaSalle thought she, or like Zerillo thought she was going to. 3:20 to go. It's knotted at 27 and a chance for the second lead change of the game. Gorsuch, Adkins, left side on the dribble, baseline. Comes, well, look to come back out. Now she's going to go across to France, gets it out to LaSalle's right wing. Now she drives, right elbow, picks up the dribble. She stopped there a long time, and a timeout is going to be called. It's going to be a full timeout charged to South Fulton. 27-27, 2:57 to go in the third quarter. We'll be right back.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today. And make your voice.
I like to make time for my patients. I don't ever want anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And you know, sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
And we're back here at BPC High School, knotted at 27. Just under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. BPC has led until a three-pointer by Sophie LaSalle. Tied it at 27. And now the Rebels have a chance to take a lead here as the officials down there chatting it up with the BPC student section. France to inbound, not moving a whole lot, looking around. Finally is going to get it out to Adkins, who just barely can save it from going out. Adkins is going to try the three. It's well short, but Stevenson's there for the rebound. She misses. Gorsuch is going to try the three. It's long. Rebound to Norris, and it'll go back the other way. 3 good looks at the basket, and no points for the Rebels. Zerillo pulls up, free throw line, dips it down, tries to get it down in the corner to Strange. Too tall, and it goes out of bounds. Possession back to South Fulton. Still tied at 27. 2:30 remaining in the third quarter. And now another pass stolen away by Zerillo, and I don't know, she finally goes to Strange. Strange is going to go to the baseline, can't do anything with it. She goes, oh, what a pass to Norris from Strange, and Norris is going to get the bucket, and down from where I couldn't see is LaSalle is down on the floor, and looks like maybe her right hand or wrist. She's not moving her right arm, and we'll see if what's going on with LaSalle. Yep, shaking her right arm, right wrist. Tough break for her as Kylie Norris gets her second bucket. Let's keep an eye on Sophie LaSalle. She's got 5 points, the only field goals of the quarter for South Fulton. But the right hand is what she was shaking, and that's her shooting hand. We'll see if she's able to keep the flow going here for the Rebels. We're at the 2-minute mark now of the third quarter. 2 minutes remaining. Down to Adkins, who got away. Man, the shooting for both these teams, they've had so many good looks at baskets and haven't been able to finish. That was another one for Adkins. Give and go, back to Zerillo from Strange. And now a jump ball. LaSalle got tied up with Norris. BPC with possession. LaSalle said, Mr. Stripes, that was all arm and no ball, but it looked like a jump ball to the official, so that's what it got called as. Curley to inbound, tries to get it to Miller, and Miller can't hold on to it. It's going to go off of her, out of bounds. Possession to South Fulton. Kind of looks like these two teams had long weekends because they're both struggling to get into a flow here tonight. Neither team has really got a good flow going. BPC does lead by 2, but now Atkins, a long 3 and nothing but the bottom of the net. That thing could have brought rain. And it's a lead for South Fulton, another lead change, and then they throw it away after a turnover by BPC. Now Hickle's going to replace Lascelles.
Into the Rebel lineup, number 22, Haley Hickle.
Coach Beebe over there telling everybody what to do. Miller jumper off baseline. Extended, no good. Rebound to Gorsuch. And a chance to build on a 1-point lead for the Rebels now. Down the corner goes to Atkins. Atkins tries to come up top, but not a good pass. Or excuse me, that was not Atkins. It was Essex, I believe. It was Essex with the turnover. Zerillo gets 2 more points. And another lead change. One shot now as Essex with it. She came in for Lascelles. Stevenson, baseline drive, pull up, short. Again, Zerillo with 20 seconds gets a rebound, and that was not the one shot that Coach Beebe wanted. BPC will want one shot now with 12 seconds remaining. Zerillo picks up her dribble, gives it to Curley, left side to Miller. Miller's now with 5, 4, 3 seconds. Zerillo pull up. Free throw line off, no good, and that's how the third quarter will end. 31-30, BPC with the lead, and Coach Beebe is not happy at the end of this third quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
And welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. 8 minutes remaining in this one, and it's a long ways from over. This game could be right down to a nail biter, or it could be a 15-point blowout by the end of this quarter, depending on if one of these teams start shooting from the field and making the easy buckets that both these coaches wish they could make, because both teams have missed a slew of easy looks at the basket and unable to finish for the most part. 12 points in the game for Zerillo now for the Spartans. 11 points for Strange. 12 points for Belle Atkins, as was South Fulton basketball. Gorsuch drove, and her shot's blocked. Curley with it for BPC. Strange 3, in and out, no good. Hinkle with the rebound. Or Hickle, excuse me. Atkins brings it down the floor with 7:20 remaining in the basketball game. Still 31-30, fourth quarter action. Both teams have fouls to give. Zerillo steals it away, and it goes out of bounds. Possession to the Rebels. Lascelles, who's back in the game, will inbound. She got a little tape on her wrist. Her pass is taken away. Nice pass from Strange to Zerillo. Zerillo can't finish on another easy look. I was going to say you have to call a foul there. She got all arms stripping at the ball. I think that's Hickle down on the floor now. Well, she got her in the face, too. I was going to say she ripped that arm just about out of socket. That hurt. Went backwards. And France is going to replace Hickle, and that's BPC's fourth team foul. That's the second on Zerillo. BPC has 4 fouls, 2 fouls for the Rebels, as you can see above the score. Down to LaSalle, baseline jumper off the side of the backboard. She had a wide open look, just can't, man. These two teams are struggling from the field. Ashanti Strange with it now, 6:43 to go. Zerillo. Free throw line jumper off, no good. Miller with the rebound and the putback. BPC gets their first 2 from Jill Miller here in the fourth quarter. It comes, and they're back to a 3-point advantage. The most that BPC is led by is 4. Atkins a long 3, just where the last one was, but that one's off, no good. Strange with the rebound, 6:15 remaining, and she did make the first one from there, but I can't believe Coach Beebe wants that to be her shot of choice. That's about NBA range. That was a pass, and I think Atkins is going to get called for a foul, and that's as ticky-tack as they've called all night if it is, and it is a foul on Atkins, her third. Belle Atkins has 3 fouls, team's third foul of the second half. Strange, and Zerillo was lucky they called it because she tripped and fell with the basketball. Would have been called for a travel. Strange, baseline jumper, about 16 feet off, no good. Rebound by Zerillo. She tries to go across to Curley. It's knocked out of bounds by France. Possession to BPC with 5:53 remaining in the basketball game. And a chance to get their biggest lead of the game for BPC. Into Zerillo, who can't control it. Picked up off the floor by LaSalle. Now it goes to Gorsuch from Atkins. Gorsuch left side on the dribble. Picks up, goes to Stevenson. Stevenson has it stripped away by Zerillo. Picked up by Curley. Zerillo is just so quick. She's quick of feet and she's quick of hand. And that time she just wiped it away in just a blink of an eye for the Spartans. And now she's going to drive left elbow. Gives it to Ashanti Strange because she had nowhere to go with it once she got there. Strange backs it back out. 5:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. And a shot by Gilfillan is off, but she's going to be fouled by Stevenson, I believe. It is on Stevenson. It's her first, team's fourth. BPC's Elizabeth Gilfillan with 2 free throws coming here. First one's off, no good. That's the first miss of the night for BPC. Zerillo was 4 of 4 from the free throw line, is the only person to have shot free throws before Gilfillan's 2 attempts here. Second one is off, no good. It went over the head of Miller, and then Gilfillan's going to reach in and pick up the foul. It'll be her second, team's 5th. Neither team's into bonus. I'll take that off, folks. I apologize about that. I forgot that doesn't reset. Gilfillan's second, team's 5th. .33-30 is still the score. 5:05 remaining. LaSalle with it left corner. Skips it across, or tries to, and Zerillo is just so quick. You cannot throw lob passes across this court with Zerillo on the floor because she is like a ball hawk. She'd be a great free safety. She fell down hard that time looking at her knees, but she fell on the floor trying to save the basketball. And an inbound to Gorsuch, blocked by Miller, rebounded by Miller, and she gets hammered a couple times. No foul call, and she'll take it back the other direction. 4:48 to go. She gives it to Zerillo, 10-foot line, top of the key. Suter with it now. I haven't seen her touch the ball in a while. Now she backs it out, gives it to Strange. Strange has Gorsuch. Now it's going to be Zerillo, a long jumper, off no good. Atkins with the rebound, and she'll push it back the other way. 2-on-1. Across to Gorsuch, and she finishes, and it's a 1-point game. Gorsuch gets her first points since the first quarter, and with 4:15 remaining, it's 33-32. Zerillo with it, and her team has a 1-point lead, 4:05 remaining. Strange now is going to drive. She puts up the shot, and it's in. Ashanti Strange gets her 13th point of the night. And BPC back to a 3-point advantage, 35-32. Now Suter gets a temporary steal and then a jump ball, and it'll be possession to BPC. Results in a turnover for South Fulton and a media timeout for us here. It's 35-32, 3:47 to go in the fourth quarter.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
I feel honored for those patients who have chosen me as their provider to begin with. So when they come in, I definitely have to show them respect and try to take care of them the best way I can.
I have my certificate in vestibular rehabilitation, which focuses on patients with dizziness and balance disorders. It's been very rewarding because a lot of times it's a very short-lived treatment plan and the patient has remarkable results in a small amount of time.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. The fan section making a little noise over there as we are cutting this one close. It's 3:47 left. It's 35-32, and it's going to be a good finish, I think. Both teams kind of picking it up a little bit here in the fourth quarter. Of course, I say that, and then I look down, and it's only 4-2, but here in the fourth quarter. But it seems like it's better basketball in some respects. They're making a few more shots anyway, it seemed like, but they've also had a few more turnovers. So after the timeout and after the jump ball, it will be BPC's basketball. The jump ball brought out the COVID break. Apparently something on the floor. Coach Beebe come out and picked it up. Zarillo finds an open lane. She floats into the lane, can't get the shot to fall, and there's a jump ball. Possession to South Fulton.
Jump ball possession to the Rebels.
Ninth jump ball of the game. 3:35 remaining. Gorsuch, France, back to Gorsuch now. She looks left side to Adkins. Now back right side to Gorsuch. Oh, nice cut to Stevenson, and she has had so many looks that just won't quite go in the bucket. But France tracked down to rebound. Gorsuch with it again. 3:10 remaining. Now LaSalle is going to drive. Her shot's off the side of the backboard. Onto the floor it goes. Jump ball, possession to BPC. Make it 10 jump balls. Couple really good looks for South Fulton there, and they couldn't get either of them to fall. 3 minutes remaining in the basketball game. Anna Curley with it for BPC. Right wing, she dribbles to. Nice pick and roll by Ashanti Strange, and Ashanti Strange has got her second bucket of the quarter. Give her 15 on the night. LaSalle with it left wing. Left corner, Adkins now, right corner, right side, kind of mid-range to France. Now left side to LaSalle again. She looked down to Stevenson, but Ashanti Strange gets a hand out there and swipes it away. This is the biggest lead of the game for BPC, 37-32 with 2:22 remaining. Norris in from Zarillo, and Kylie Norris gets her 6th point. Gorsuch now to Adkins with 2:05 remaining. She skips it across to France. France looks at the three. It's in. Looked like it was going to go left, but it fell in. And that is Briley France's first bucket. And that cuts the lead to 4, 39-35 with 1:59 remaining. Timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout charged to the Rebels. They'll have 2 remaining. BPC has 4 timeouts remaining. BPC has 5 team fouls. The Rebels have 4, so both teams have fouls to give here as we work down the stretch. 1:59 to go in the fourth quarter. And South Fulton's going to go full court pressure here as Curley's going to have to inbounds against the pressure. Comes into Kylie Norris. Norris is going to bring it up to 4 from LaSalle. He's going to get it tipped away. Now Curley's going to have it tipped away. Man, they are super pushing and physical here, but Zerillo finally comes up with it with 1:45 remaining. She picks up her dribble. Not real sure why she did that at that point, but she gets it to Ashanti Strange nonetheless. She backs it out. BPC in no hurry here with a 4-point lead, 2-possession game. Zerillo now going to come back out to Strange. 1:27 remaining. Strange now dribbles and backs it out. She's going to come up to Curley. Left side to Zerillo. 1:20 remaining. On the dribble is still Alyssa Zerillo. 1:15 remaining. It's a 4-point game. You should probably expect a foul coming sometime here. Sickles with it. She gives it to Strange, who barely is able to keep control of it. 1:05 remaining. Curley now with it. Got a bunch of fouls to give here. Now a bad pass, and it's stolen away by Stevenson. Atkins takes it back the other way. Down the floor it goes to Gorsuch. Her jumper is off, no good. As Stevenson has a rebound. Back to Gorsuch again. Baseline jumper. That one is good, and it's a 2-point game. Gorsuch has her 4th point in a row, and BPC has a 2-point lead with 37 seconds. And I don't know that they can foul enough. They have to foul 2 times. And they're finally going to give Gorsuch a foul there. And I think she's been trying to get a foul. That's her 2nd, team's 5th. Checking in for the Rebels, number 15, Briley France. 32.9 seconds, so they got to foul another time before they can even force a free throw if BPC can get the ball in. They can. 30 seconds remaining. You got a foul to give. Get rid of it right there. And now Anna Curley is going to get called for a foul. Oh, what? Whoa. Belle Atkins is going to get called for that foul. It's her 4th. Gorsuch is going to check in, replacing France. 25.6 seconds left, and Atkins, who's been one of their leading scorers, can't foul now. Sickles has it, and that's who you want to foul. And then Atkins just comes up and fouls out. That's 5 on Belle Atkins. 5 fouls on Belle Atkins. That's the 7th for the Rebels. And a 1 in bonus coming for Alyssa Zerillo. She is 4 for 4 on the night. Hickle replacing Lexi Height, who had come in the game. First free throw, no good. And Kylie Norris was on the line early. So 22.2 seconds left. Timeout. It's a full timeout. That's all they have left. They have 1 remaining timeout, does South Fulton. They trail by 2, 39-37, 22.2 seconds remaining. Zerillo missed the front end of a 1 in bonus. BPC is 0 of 3 from the free throw line now here in the 4th quarter. The Spartans lead the quarter by 1, 8-7. Both teams have missed some good looks to basket, but South Fulton has missed more good looks than BPC has. This has got overtime written all over it, folks. Right now, 12 points for Zerillo, 15 points for Strange, 12 points for Atkins, who is fouled out of this game now. She fouled out with 35 seconds remaining. 7 points for Abby Stevenson. She got all those in the 2nd quarter. 10 points for Tommy Gorsuch. She scored the last 4 for the Rebels. 22.2 seconds left. A 2-point lead for BPC. A baseball pass stolen away by Zerillo. Now she's going to try and outrun everybody and run off some time. She's going to get it to Sickles. Sickles is going to dribble, and she's going to be fouled by Hickle. And they're going to give her the foul. The closest official didn't call it. Hickle's going to be called with the foul. 12.2 seconds remaining. And Jaitlin Sickles, who has not scored, has a 1 and bonus coming for BPC. Again, 39-37. Team foul number 8 for the Rebels. Sickles' first free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to LaSalle. BPC does have a foul to give. They could foul and not give up a free throw. 2 on the way by France, off no good. Sickles with the rebound. That's the ball game. BPC, it wasn't pretty, but they're going to get the win, 39-37 over the South Fulton Rebels. We'll take a break and be back with the JoJo's Gaming Parlor postgame show right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School. Final here from the Bushland Prairie City High School, 39-37. You're listening to the post-game show, brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory. Hopefully, Coach Schwartz will be up here to talk to us in a few minutes. But we'll go over some stats while we're waiting here. For the South Fulton Rebels, Belle Atkins, who fouled out late in the game, about under a minute to go. And you have to wonder if those last couple possessions wouldn't have been a little different if she'd have been on the floor for South Fulton. 12 points is what she finished with. She was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Abby Stevenson scored 7 points all in the second quarter. She was 3 of 3 from the free throw line, including an old-fashioned three-point play. And she had a bunch of good looks at the basket down low. BPC struggled against her. She just had a hard time finishing it herself. 10 points for Tommy Gorsuch. She scored 6 on 2 threes in the first quarter, and the final 4 points of the game for her team in the fourth quarter, but not quite enough as she finished with 10 points. Briley France, 3 points. She had a 3 in the fourth quarter. And Sophie LaSalle had 5 points. And she had a 3. All of her points were in the third quarter. For BPC, 15 points to lead the way for Ashanti Strange, one of her better games of the season. 12 points for Alyssa Zarillo, who finished 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 2 points for Elizabeth Gilfillan, 2 points for Jill Miller, 2 points for Anna Curley, 6 points for Kylie Norris, and an 0 of 1 free throw performance for Jaitlin Sickles down the stretch. BPC finished 4 of 8 from the charity stripe in the ball game. So Coach Schwartz has found his way.
That's right, I'm back.
To be beside us here. So Coach, there's some good games and there's some not good games, and sometimes you take a win in a not good game any way you can get it, and that's kind of the way it was. Both teams struggled, it seemed like, tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's congratulating me, but it wasn't a pretty win. But like you said, we'll take the win. But there's just a lot of things we've got to work on and fix before we get into regionals here, and we face some of these harder teams up on this last stretch we've got going here.
Yeah, Havana coming up pretty quickly is going to be pretty tough, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got Havana Thursday, and then we've got Brimfield Friday. So that's back-to-back. I mean, very good teams. So, yep, we're going to have to, play smart and sound and play, a good tight game.
Last I saw, Brimfield #2 or something like that in the state, and Havana's
Yeah.
like in the top 10 as well, or
Yep.
top 20 at least.
Yes, yep. And I was following Brimfield for a while. I know they were 1 for a while. I know that Ella Loon is doing a real good job for them, and they're looking like a team that is going to be able to push it in the regionals.
Ella Loon is a studette, isn't she?
Yeah,
she's the real deal.
She's the real deal, and you know what? I just know her from her being a freshman. I mean, I've been watching her play our team since she was a freshman, and she was a freshman starter. So she's been a 4-year starter on varsity, and our game plan is going to revolve around her. So
revolve around trying to stop her. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can imagine what that's going to be like for you guys. Let's talk about tonight, though. It seemed like passing was a struggle for you guys tonight.
It was a little bit, and so usually we have a few turnovers from wild passes, but tonight it was a little more than that, and that's what I just kept telling them. We were beating ourselves. We were turning the ball over too much when we had the ball in our hands, and we were just spending way too much time on defense, and it was all of a result on just lazy passes and rushing looks and not getting a good look.
Yeah, you rushed some, but man, both teams. I said that we went down to after the COVID break there in the fourth quarter, or even the start of the fourth quarter. I said, I think it was the start actually. I said, this is one of those games that it was going to be close.
Yeah.
Or one team was going to start making the shots they hadn't been making, and it was going to blow up to a 15-point game at the end.
Right.
Neither team really started making their shots in the fourth quarter, though, either.
No, and that's always the scary part is going into halftime. Teams all the time can come out the second half and be a totally different team. I mean, you saw us against West Prairie. I mean, our first half was rough, and then we come out the second half and we look like a totally different team. We're hitting shots, we're playing the right way, and I was worried, that could have been the case for South Fulton tonight, and we were lucky enough to where both teams kind of just came back out the way we've been playing, and the game just kind of kept going the way it was. So,
yeah, and it seemed like you look through, there wasn't girls basketball in the past kind of got a bad rap for a lot of fouls and a lot of free throw shooting.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a real technical game.
You guys shot 4 of 8 from the free throw line, and they only shot 7 free throws. They were 6 of 7.
Okay.
But not very many free throws tonight, and not a whole lot of fouls either. And in fact, I kept saying South Fulton probably needs to foul just so that they can get to the point to make you shoot free throws.
Right, to make us, to put us in that bonus for 1-and-1s.
They got down under a minute and still had 2 fouls to give.
Exactly, yeah, and they probably should have rushed that. And all the fouls they were calling weren't shot fouls. They were kind of like reaches or off-ball pushes or things like that. And so there were a few fouls here and there. But like you said, not a lot of girls were sent to the line tonight, and so we really had to work for our points tonight. And Jaitlin and all of our post players do a pretty good job most of the time on drawing those fouls. But tonight they just weren't coming.
Yeah, and Coach Beebe not happy with Atkins' 4th foul when Anna Curley was out there, and I really thought Anna was going to get the blocking call.
Yeah.
And he called it on Atkins, giving her that was a call that I thought that
might have gotten away with one. Yeah.
You guys might have gotten away with one and really changed that last 35 or 40 seconds for both teams.
Right. No, for sure. And then obviously Atkins fouled out there in the last few seconds, and I mean, shoot, it was still 37-39. So if Atkins is in that game, that's a scary thing. She's a shooter. She can play, and I know she's going to be a problem for us next year because she's only a junior. So
their last 2 possessions that they had offensively would have been a lot different probably with her on the floor.
Oh, absolutely. It would have been revolved around her, and they would have gotten a look out of her, or we would have been so focused on her that would have made a look for somebody else and open up something for somebody else. So her fouling out was it was big for us. Yeah.
Ashanti Strange had a good game tonight. She hasn't been scoring a ton at home anyway. It's good to see her kind of take the bull by the horns, so to speak, and shoot the ball and get some shots to fall.
Yeah, no, it was a really nice thing to see. And, it was funny, actually. I wanted them here by 5. She actually ended up oversleeping a little bit and got here a little later. So, we were making a joke about it. Well, maybe you just need to start oversleeping and coming in a little bit later, more often. But, no, she played really well tonight. And, she just had a really good attitude with whether she was making it or missing it. And, she just had a good head on her shoulders tonight. And I'm real proud of her for that.
Yeah, she's a good kid. You got a lot of good kids on this basketball team, though.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know, I tell them all the time. You know, they always think I'm joking because I'm always so hyped and I've always got so much energy and I'm always so happy to be here. But I'm like, you guys don't realize I'm truly happy to be here with you guys. You know, there's such a good group of girls, and I really enjoy getting to know them and working with them. And you know, they're an awesome group of 15 girls to know. Yeah.
What was the reason for no JV game tonight? Short numbers?
Yes, I know they're struggling with numbers, and so I guess South Fulton's just really focused on just their varsity team this year, and I know we got the email from them early December, late November about warning us that this might happen, and they were like, hopefully by the time Christmas is over, we'll be back to playing JV games, and that just wasn't the case. So we'll take what we can get. I totally understand being low in numbers, and I know a lot of their starting five were underclassmen, either juniors or sophomores, and so hey, I totally get it, but it's a bummer. I know the JV girls were super bummed out about not having a game. I know any chance they can get on the court, they love to do so. So.
Well, Coach, I won't keep you any longer. I appreciate you coming and talking to us.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on another win.
Hey, appreciate it.
Things are coming together a little bit for you.
They are,
Even if you don't play, it's nice when you don't play as well as you know you can and you still get a win.
Yes, absolutely.
When you're struggling, that doesn't happen, so it's nice to see that happen.
Right. I'd be going home with a totally different mindset if we didn't come out with this one. Yep.
So, okay, Coach Swartz, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you. What is it, Thursday night, I guess, right?
Yep, Thursday night. We'll see you at the Havana game.
Okay, we'll see you later. That was Coach Swartz talking to us on the post-game show here. Post-game show has been brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. They offer the best game experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. And it gets tough for the BPC boys tomorrow night. They play host to the Macomb High Bombers. You'll be able to listen to that here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as we will have Janet Lentini helping us a little bit tomorrow night, and Kelly Sears is going to be here tomorrow night as well. So we will have that. Also, we'll have the Junior High Regional from Scioto tomorrow night with Greg Phelps and John Burton. And then Wednesday night, we'll have Macomb boys at West Prairie for that one. Greg and John Reynolds will be, Kenny and John Reynolds will be on for that one. And then Thursday night, we have BPC girls here against Havana. That'll be on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. The championship game for the 7th grade regional from Scioto will be on. And then if everything works out, we'll have the West Prairie girls game from La Harpe on as well. So a lot of stuff coming up. And then Friday there is West Prairie boys basketball, and Saturday West Prairie girls basketball, both from Scioto. So a whole lot of stuff going on down the stretch here of this basketball season. Thanks for joining us tonight on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. For Miles Hewlett, I'm Dwayne Hewlett. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night from right here at Bushnell Prairie City High School as the Bombers come to take on the Spartans. We'll see you.